Hi everyone, it's Jamie at Gym Life Academy, and I wanted to give you an update since my last video that was a week ago. I am on my way to work, and yesterday I worked all day, and I kind of had enough time to really think about what I'm doing with Ella and how we're schooling and how much we're schooling, which at this point is not a whole lot. But let me get to a backstory. If you're new to my channel, I am an ER nurse. My husband is a fireman here in the DFW Metroplex in Texas. And my daughter, Ella, she is a competitive gymnast. And she practices 26 hours a week. She is actually off this week, but normally she practices 26 hours. Next week she starts 28 hours a week just during the summer. She has some really intense training for TOPS testing. TOPS testing is where they have I can't already say this, specific set of skills per age group or age group. Anyway, and it's really intense. If she does well and scores enough points, she will possibly get to go to nationals. And then at nationals, they are sometimes invited to join the national at the training developmental camp. I don't know what they call it because we're not there yet. But anyways, so we are doing Abeka Math, 2nd grade, and we're on the downhill slide for that. We do 2 lessons a day, and then we just started last week Abeka 2nd grade language arts and reading. To go along with my backstory, Ella is a struggling reader. Although I think she can read better than she tells me she does, I think that she just doesn't want to a lot of times. Anyways, so yesterday I got to thinking about our first week on the Abeka language, and she has pushed back and pushed back and pushed back. She doesn't like it, she doesn't want to do it, and we're only 1 week in and we haven't even gotten to spelling or reading comprehension yet or anything like that. So yesterday at work I had a lot of time to sit and think about what I was doing, and why am I trying to push her so hard in an area that she struggles with. So I got to looking around at different curriculum because to be quite honest, Abeka is a lot to put together. Do I have it all put together? Yes. But you have this manual and this manual and this manual to go look in whenever you're trying to teach it and put it together. And if you don't know, we don't have a lot of time for that. If I had all day, 4 to 5 days a week to school her, that would be wonderful. I could do it. We would have crafts, but in the real world I work, and we just don't have the time, and she really has kind of a part-time job in gymnastics. So yesterday while at work I got to looking around and seeing what possibly taught the same concepts as Abeka in the 2nd grade, and if it was easier for her, easier for me. And so I had been looking at something even way back before the convention in March, looking at different things, and what sold me on Abeka was their readers. They were short stories. I liked that. I am going to keep the readers. So yesterday while I was looking around, I looked at Christian Light Education, which I really liked that, but I think that it was a bit, I hate to say it, but it was a bit advanced for her, and it was just intense as far as how many pages. She's very concerned about how many pages she does in one day. She doesn't want to do a whole lot of pages. So, and I really liked their program too. Then I started looking at master books, and I've always pushed back. I'm new at this, but I've always pushed back at master books because it just didn't look like it was enough. It didn't look like she was going to be learning the same things. So I went and looked at the scope and sequence, and then I went through on their website and on christianbook.com. I went and started flipping through the pages that were available to see, the sample pages. And I really, really liked it. It does teach the same things. It's just not as much. I went on YouTube. Yes, while I was at work, I went on YouTube and I looked at the lady and her husband who hosts their little podcast or whatever you call it, and she explained why she wrote it that way. She explained it all, and she said it's not a drill and kill method. It is information. They work on it. They're done. 1 page a day, and they're done. She said they review it later on, so they get it. It's just some kids don't need all that drill and kill. And when she said that, it kind of threw a light bulb. I mean, it just was like, oh. So I ordered language lessons for a living education 2. So we are going to start that as soon as it comes in. So I'm excited about that because it's really kind of no prep work for me, and I think she's going to like it, and I'm hoping that this draws her back into school. She has not liked school since she started. I think she just wants to play all the time, but she knows it's necessary. So I'm going to start doing that. I'm going to keep the Abeka readers because I really like them. And they're short stories, and we are going to have reading time, which we haven't had before. And I'm going to keep their handwriting because I like their handwriting. She can do 1 page a day and we're done. It's fine. I'm not real strict on handwriting, except for she does need to improve on it. So we're going to work on it. So I get home, and I had already, we have Abeka 3rd grade math ready and waiting for us. And I tried to explain to her that it's just 1 page a day, and she was all excited about that. But when I get home, I showed her. She's like, oh, yay, that's 1 page a day for the language arts. And she was excited. And she goes, Mom, I hate the math. I hate Abeka Math. And my heart sunk because she's such a math whiz, and she does so good at it. And then I started thinking again, why am I pushing her so hard to try to be ahead? And try to be so smart. She's a smart girl. She's very smart. But why am I trying to push her with that drill and kill method? I don't know. I'm just one of those. When I was a kid, and then when as an adult, I just see something, I do it until I get it done. And I guess I feel like everybody should be like that. She's 8. She's not. So we started looking around last night after I had gotten home, and they're on summer break, and she doesn't have gym, so we let them stay up late. And we started looking on my iPad, and we looked at Christian Light Education. That was just, wow, a lot of problems. We looked at the ACE PACES. She didn't really say much about that. It was the same. It's a lot of problems, drill and kill type thing. But she's one of those that if she gets it, she gets it. Let's move on. So we looked at Horizons Math, which was okay. She wasn't as excited. I was excited because I looked at the math lessons for a living education, and it's 1 page a day. And she looked at it and she was like, no, I don't like that. I don't get it. So we went round and round, and we visited different things, and I have teaching textbooks at home. But she had tried that out, and she didn't like that either, which I kind of don't blame her. She's a pen and pencil type person. She likes to work the problems out. So I still have that on standby, because if we don't find anything, that's what she's going to have to use. So I went back and I said, I want you to look at this math lessons for a living education, and I need you to tell me why you don't like it, because it's 1 page. It's got color on it. It tells a story. I said the first half of it is going to be a review for you, because you're going to get all this in Abeka. I could probably move her up to 4th grade, but I won't. I want her to have a successful 3rd grade year and learn to like school and learn to love math and love language arts. And I don't love language arts. I like math. That's my thing. But that's my story. I'm a little upset. I'm not upset. I'm just a little kind of heartbroken because I spent so much money on Abeka stuff for 3rd grade, or 2nd and 3rd grade. She'll be going into 3rd grade in August. That's her starting grade for this next year. So I was trying to get her caught up. But I just kind of had an epiphany yesterday and thought, why am I pushing an 8-year-old who works so hard at other things? Why am I doing it? So that's it. I still have a little bit of a ways to go to work. I work about 15 minutes away from my job. And I live out in the country. I know you can't see the background, but there's cows out there somewhere. Anywho, I hope y'all have a really wonderful day. I hope you have a blessed week, and I will talk to you later. Bye-bye.